Okay guys, welcome back, and today we'll be in the Doom Tower, and we'll be on Doom Tower Hard, floor 1. We'll get straight into it. We'll go through the battle, and then after the battle's finished I'll show you which champions I used in their setups. Now, I do have Sia in the team. Now the idea of Sia, even though she's a void champion, is for every buff and debuff you have out on the field, she can do damage with one of her skills by using those buffs and removing all the buffs and the debuffs. So that's how she can clear waves. She's a great champion to have in your team. Even though she's only a void champion, some void champions are even a lot better than a lot of legendary champions out there. So don't think you need to have those legendary champions to be able to do all areas in the battle, in the game. As you'll see once this fight's finished, Sia is just incredible the amount of damage she's done compared to all the other champions. It's because of their skills. So you can see there she's done 1.5 million in damage, whereas look at the other champions, there's not much damage at all between them. So we'll jump in here, we'll have a look how they're set up. So we got Lydia here, the Death Siren. She's set up in 2 perceptions and an accuracy set. Now they are all fully booked out, these champions, as you can see on their skills, they're booked out. The masteries, I have Lydia is set up in a defense and a support role. Now I won't go into showing these, all you have to do is just click on the icon and it'll bring the information up for whatever skill you want to use on these champions. Now the total stats of Lydia are HP 69,034, attack of 2,362, defense of 3,818, speed 252, crit rate 21%, crit damage 81%, resist 471, and accuracy of 391. So you want to have a lot of accuracy, so that means then you got more chance your skills are going to work. Resist is so if the enemy is attacking you, trying to do skills on you, you're going to resist those attacks. Critical damage makes it so you can do more damage on your hit. Crit rate is the chance of actually your critical skill working. So here it's only 21% crit rate, so she doesn't really have the opportunity of 100% of the time, all the time that a skill is going to work at that critical rate. But I find some champions you don't need. It all depends on what their skills are, how they're set up to what they need. So do look through that. As you remember, she is the support champion, so she does not need that critical rate the same. Our next champion in the team, Prince Kymar. Now Prince Kymar is set in perceptions and accuracy gear. His skills, I do have me fully booked now, and do remember legendary champions require legendary books. His masteries, he's a support champion, but he is set up in offense and support set. His total stats is 55,117 HP, 2,459 attack, 2,829 defense, speed of 289, crit rate 121, crit damage 121%, resist 198, and accuracy of 505. Now at the time when I did this, I did not have the right equipment just to make it at a crit rate of 100%. Anything you go over crit rate at over 100% is just a waste. There's no benefits to it. So yeah, I could go back and change the gear, but I have no worry. He's working the way he is, where I use him in the game. Our next champion we have is Duchess. Now Duchess is set up in 2 sets of speed and 1 of immortal, so she has additional HP and heals. She is fully booked as well, all legendary books, being a legendary champion. I have her set in defense role and support. My total stats of Duchess, 68,399 HP, 1,854 attack, 4,060 defense, speed of 263, 38% crit rate, 74% crit damage, and here you see she has a lot of resistance, 569 and 124. Now you can learn what you need, you know, how to set the champions up by just looking through at their skills to what they do. As you can see here, her damage is based on defense. So when you build her, you want to build her with a lot of defense percentage items in her kit. So then that's how she's working. She's doing more damage that way. Same here, she has a perfect veil. You know, continuous heals. So this is why if you can add additional healing into her items, you'll get that bonus as well. Decreases damage taken by all allies from AoE attacks, 25%, 15% from bosses. She has an Aurora ally speed increase of 19%. Now just look at the skills of your champion, so when you're working out how to build a champion. Then we have Seer. Now she's an epic champion, but as I said to you, it was her skill what she was there for. She's in 2 sets of accuracy and perception. We'll go into her stats as first as well. She is 44,515 HP, 3,405 attack, 1,708 defense, 223 speed, crit rate of 106%. Now, you need to get that 100% crit rate so a skill is going to work all the time. Crit damage 261%. So the more crit damage you have, the more chance you can kill the enemies out in one hit, as she does. Resist 153, accuracy of 337. Now, you normally work on, if you're using like Fire Knights, those type of areas, spiders in the game, if you're fighting a level 20 spider, you want to have 10 accuracy per level. So a level 20, have 200 accuracy. A level 25, have 250 accuracy. That's how you look at your champions in areas in the game, so they have enough accuracy that they can get over the bosses or the enemies and do those skill moves for you. So her moves here: attacks one enemy, has 15% chance of granting an extra turn. Places a 30% increased crit rate. So if you have champions in your team which are running on 70% crit rate, with this skill, she will boost them up to 100% crit rate. But this is the one here, the Karma Burn. This is how Seer is important in your team and does a lot of damage. Removes all buff from your allies and enemies. So you bring champions in who can put buffs out and debuffs, then attacks all enemies. Damage increases according to the number of removed buffs. So as many buffs as you can get out as possible, the more damage she will do. And then has a 50% chance of placing a sleep debuff on all enemies for 1 turn. The chance of placing a sleep debuff increases by 5% for each buff removed. So if she's removing 10 buffs, it's 50% chance of putting a sleep on if she doesn't kill those enemies. Inflicts less damage to bosses. See, damage is based on enemy max HP. So you have your main champions all going before her, they put all the buffs out, debuffs on your champions, and then she comes in behind them with her slower speed, and she can destroy those enemies on those waves because the enemies have max HP and the amount of buffs would have been putting out. You always got to read the skills on champions to see how they're going to work, so you can work those champions into your team. Her masteries, we have a set on offense and support. Now, she's been put in the flawless execution because it gives the additional 20% crit damage. See, I did not put her in War Master. That's why you got to look at what your champion skills are before you make the decides which spots you're going to put them in: the offense, defense, and support roles. This is how she is a great champion. Even though she's only an epic champion, she is a superior champion in the game, which you can use in a lot of areas in the game. Now, last off, we have Renegade. Now, Renegade, I have her in shield and accuracy. We'll have a look at her stats. HP 45,108. We have her in attack of 2,324, defense of 2,840, speed of 170, crit rate of 61%. But you see, as Seer gives the additional 30%, so that would boost that up to 91%. So we have more chance of getting those skills out there. Critical damage 129%, resist 145, accuracy of 320. Now, I have not fully booked her out. This is all I have a set in: offense and support. You know, I could add some additional, but I have not found the need for it. For where I'm using her in the game, she works perfectly fine the way I have her set up. You know, her skills is attacks one enemy, has a 25% chance of placing 100% heal reduction buff. Attacks a random 3 times, has a 50% chance of placing 50% decreased speed debuff. So that slows your enemies down. That's what I'm saying about it. It's important to always look at the skills of champions to know how they're going to work and if you can add them into your teams. Yeah, decrease the cooldown of ally skills by 2 turns. So this is why she's in the turn. To get those skills back from our other champions, this will increase those moves, come back faster and faster. It gives those opportunities then to use those skills as much and as quickly as possible in the game. Okay guys, that's it. That was the Doom Tower Hard Floor 1. We'll end it there and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.